Hey guys, I just want to take a moment to check in. Samhain is officially upon us. I am so totally feeling the childlike energy behind the essence of this holiday and everything that it represents for me. Well, hello, baby. I have a familiar visit at the moment. Um, but hey, buddy, you want to say hi? You say hi. Um, so went and checked out um the pumpkin spectacular at the Equestrian Center last night, and really just put into perspective everything that this holiday has always represented to me, and the feelings that it's brought up for me, because as long as I can remember, before I even really had a concept of what it was or why it was, it's always been my favorite holiday. Dressing up as a kid, naturally, but I think it was always much more than that for me. But I think I appreciate so much more now. It's definitely been a crazy year. There's been lots of ebb and flow. Admittedly, I had lost myself kind of in the taboo of everything going on around me. I feel like I was kind of pushed into this extreme independence. My life that I had known it as before, COVID and the quarantine and everything that it kind of brought into perspective for me was much different than what it looks like now. I think I was doing a lot of soul searching kind of outwardly. And what this whole pandemic situation has brought into perspective for me is how independent I truly am. I have spent lots and lots and lots of time alone, just soul searching throughout the months. And there was definitely a time where I was kind of subdued to that underlying vibration of just, like the impending doom around us. And I definitely was guilty of kind of falling victim to that lower vibrational fear, which has been all around us. And not to undermine the virus in any way, shape, or form, I've definitely, you know, pushed myself to stay conscious and aware, and always be respectful of everybody's beliefs, especially during, all of this. But I've seen so much conquer and divide, and I don't mean it as an outward disposition, but I think there's been a lot of things that have been brought up and put into perspective for us. Um, and I have seen so many petty arguments and so many just gut wrenching, heartbreaking, like separation. And I don't know if people have just been kind of feeding off of those lower vibrational energies, you know. But for me, pulling myself out of that fog and doing the shadow work. I have done more shadow work this last year than ever before. The last few months, more especially. Just really taking my power back, and spending moments like unfiltered, just raw, genuine moments with myself and the deepest, darkest parts of myself. And just refusing to be afraid anymore, refusing to allow myself to suffer, and knowing that regardless of outward circumstances, just staying true to my genuine being and soul purpose. I thought that I had my career figured out. I went through some exploration with relationships, so to speak. And I think ultimately it has brought me out on the other side with just a sense of gratitude. I am so incredibly grateful for all the people that have come into my life as of, I mean, the last year especially. Um, whether they're still in my life or not, I think it's been a very empowering sense of um, self for me. I think is what it's has emerged on the other side. Um, but being here in this present moment, especially during this time, approaching Samhain and just feeling the intense energies of everything going on around me. Also, Mercury is in retrograde, and I think that that's a time when people definitely get lost in translation. But it's just so incredibly important not to lose yourself and to stay true to the essence of who you are. And I think people often have this kind of hunger, this anxiety that just, is overridden. Um, I mean, people ignore that. We have so much creative energy constantly coursing through us over and over again. And I think it's so easy to get lost kind of in those processes and forget who we genuinely are. The ego, for one, what is ego? The outer persona of how we present, and, the surrounding factors, conditional factors, and societal factors that kind of leave an imprint and condition us, to be who we are. But ultimately, removing that ego, which is just a facade of what we truly, genuinely are at our core. It's just so, so important to remember who we are and to take our power back. And especially during this time, because, things are evolving very rapidly. And this entire month has been a time of reflection and really embracing the powers that be generationally and from the ancestors, and honoring loved ones past, and honoring generations of things that have been adaptations of where we are now. So anyway, it's neither here nor there, kind of rambling at this point, but I think the whole point of this segment, this little video here, is just to express my gratitude. um, you know, doing it, guys, and the power is yours. You can do anything you put your mind to. And don't ever let anybody else's opinion of you, or perspective sway the way that you view yourself. And what other people feel about you really is none of your business. Because the endless power of self is yours and yours alone, and nobody can take that from you. So, yeah. Happy Samhain, guys. Much love.